So, hope it brings some encouragement to you. This little girl, she's very much so a helper, and she actually very kind-hearted. But one of the things she said one time when we were just having a conversation about if someone is being unkind to you, or you feel uncomfortable with something someone says, we were talking about scenarios, and she said, I'm gonna just choose to be kind, even if someone is mean. And I said, oh really? I said, and what if they said this to you or did this? She was like, I'll choose to be more kind, and I'll choose to be more kind. And I said, okay. And so if someone needed help with their work or wanted help with their work, and one of the things that's important in my mind with children is learning early how to set boundaries to help, um, especially if that is the kind of person you are. That can become an identity. And those who know and understand that know, especially when you're praised for it all the time, which there's nothing wrong with that. But so she went to help this person, and what the other child ended up doing is basically just kind of sitting there looking at her doing her work. And I immediately, I'm like, and that happens often. Um, and whenever I see it, I say something because no. And so yeah, she was doing her work for her. I observed for a few seconds. Then I said, "Oh, it looks like you." She asked you for help, and she didn't realize that she needed to do the work also. So then I said, "Do you like that?" And then she kind of was just like, and I said, "Well, you could just say to her, I'm here to help you. You can do it too." And I watched her, observed her, and she went to the person, and I heard her tell her, and the little girl was like, "Yeah." And then she started doing the, picking up and doing the thing. And one of the things I love, and I'm so affirmed by when working with children, is seeing how they feel empowered, or but that wasn't what needed to be done. And as soon as she used her voice and shared that with the little girl, she looked at me. She just smiled, and I just nodded. Well, later on, that same little girl, I spoke to her about the situation, and I said, you are a great helper, and you are kind, and that is such a good thing. I said, sometimes people don't know what help means when they ask for help or say that they want help, and sometimes people want someone else to do their work for them. I said, but that's not really help. That's doing it for them. You know what she said to me? She said, well, sometimes people are just tired and maybe they just really need help and need somebody to do it for them. The reason why I share that with this community, especially because, I'm talking about narcolepsy and all that kind of stuff, is because as someone who's narcoleptic, um, anyone dealing with any other sleep disorders, or many people are exhausted in the whole world, right? But I, like, in my heart, I was like, that is so true, girl, because every day I be tired. But I just was so happy in my heart that she would even consider that as a 4-year-old for someone, right? Like, you actually thought in your mind that because you were helping her, and though she wasn't doing the work, it could have been that she was too tired to do it. And definitely, I'm sure that comes from her family environment, her, parents or whoever her village is. But I just wanted to say this: as people dealing with sleep disorders and even other chronic illnesses that also can lead to exhaustion and being tired, please know that as you raise children, nieces and nephews, cousins, you can help children have that type of empathy that will follow them in adulthood so that they are honestly considering not just doing the work for you, but sometimes you may need that. But that's just, I mean, that is such a big thing, again, for us, because there are so many times where I would love the help, the hand, because I am too tired, or so many things just get left undone because of my narcolepsy, and I feel behind, in life and work. And so, anyway, I just wanted to share that just with a story of a 4-year old considering another child being too tired to do her work and then being willing to do it for her in a way to help her. So, anyway, I hope that brings some type of encouragement, uplifting, light to, our circumstances that don't always seem hopeful. Um, but know that we can help friends, lovers, family members be considerate of, our different difficulties when it comes to, again, those who deal with our chronic illness and or just being tired in general, because that's a normal human thing. So have a wonderful Sunday.